Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the class. In the previous class, we were discussing about the changes which were taking place in the lives of human being uh, because of rise in the temperature of the earth. What happened that many grain-bearing grasses began to grow on their own, and all this led to the growth of farming and herding. And people who earlier used to be hunter and gatherers, now they became farmer and herder. And with this change of occupation, their life was also changed because of cultivation, because of farming. Now there was a need to live at one place for a longer period of time because uh, people were to look after the plants. They have to water the plants. They have to driving the animals and birds away in order to protect the plants. So people used to live at the same place for a longer period of time, and this gave stability to the human lives. And this also generated a new need, and the need was to storing the food. The grains which were growing from the soil, these grains were used as seeds for which can be sowed in the future years, and it was also used as food, and there was need to store it because so that it can be used in future. So there was a need to store the grains, and people started many ways to store the grains, they started making large clay pots, they started weaving baskets, or they also used to dig pits in the ground so that the seeds can be stored. And then people were not only farmers, and now people were also herders. They used to keep animals, rear them, and different products of the animals were used by the people. Especially the animals were used for the purpose of milk, and also they were important source of food such as meat. So, whenever people were in need of food, these animals can be used for that purpose also. So, we see that in this context, we can say that the animals which were reared by the people, these animals were used as a store of food because um, the animals which were rearing by the people can be used anytime for the purpose of food. Their meat can be used as a food. So these animals were used as a store of food. In a way, these animals were used as store of food. Now we will find out the first farmers and the herders. Which regions of the subcontinents were having the earliest farmers and the herders? And now again we have to go back to the previous chapter's map which we discussed. In that map, there are many places I'm showing you. This is the map which is of the previous chapter, and this is in this map we can see that there are many places which are denoted by there are many places which are denoted by this blue square. The places which are denoted by this blue square, represent the places where farming and herding was started to be done. So this is Burjaham, which is presently in Kashmir. Then this is Medgar, which is presently in Pakistan. And this is Chirand. This is in uh, at present, it is in Bihar. Then Koldihwa and Mahagar. These two places are presently in UP. Okay, so this is Payampalli, which is presently in Andhra. Then Halur, which is in Karnataka. So in this way, we see that these places are called Neolithic site. You can see in your map, the key is given. These blue square denote the Neolithic site. And I told you about the Neolithic period. Neolithic means new stone age. And this was the period in which people started to be farmers and herders, and people started to live um, permanently at one place. So these are the Neolithic sites. These are the places where farming and uh, herding was done by the people. So now we can see there are a number of places which are denoted by blue square. We have seen that each marks a site from where archaeologists have found evidence of early farmers and herders. These are found all over the subcontinent. We have seen now how we are there is a site in Kashmir. Okay, then there is a site in Pakistan, then in UP, Bihar, Karnataka, Andhra. Okay, so these sites, how the archaeologists come to conclusion that these sites were Neolithic sites. These sites were the places where people used to do farming and herding. How the archaeologists came to know about this? Actually, the archaeologists are like scientists, and they study various evidences of plants and animals' bones. And because of on the basis of this evidence, on the basis of the remains of the plant and the bones of the animals, which the archaeologists have found, they have come to this conclusion. And one of the most exciting finds includes remains of burnt grain. There are remains of burnt grain. It is not clear what was the reason for burning the grain, but the archaeologists have found the remains of burnt grains, and this proves that people were farmers at that time, and by these burnt grains we the scientists, the archaeologists come to know about what crops were grown by the people in different parts of the subcontinent, and by finding the bones of different animals, they also come to conclusion which animals were reared by the people. So in this way, the remains is there at these sites, and these remains give us clue about the occupation which people used to do at that site, and these evidences also give us clue about the crops and the animals which were crops which were grown and animals which were reared by the people. And there is a, you can see below there is a table, and in this table we can see there are two columns. In one column, it is written grain and bones, and the other column is sites. At Maidgarh, what the archaeologists have found, they have found the seeds of wheat and barley and the bones of sheep, goat, and cattle. Okay, then in Koldeva, people find rice, fragmentary animals bone. So these are the findings of the archaeologist. In Mahagarh, also people found rice, cattle, hoof marks are also there on the clay surface. It means people were using horses also. Horses were also reared by the people. Then in Gofkral, it is wheat and lentil is found. Then Burjaham, wheat and lentil. Other than these grains, bones of some animals like dog, cattle, sheep, goat, buffalo have also been found by the archaeologists. Then in Chiran, we find that the scientists have found wheat and green gram and also barley and the bones of buffalo and ox. Then in Halur, we find millet, cattle, sheep, goat, pig, and in Payampalli, black gram, millet, cattle, and sheep and pig. So these are just some of the sites from which grain and bones have been found. It's not that these are the only sites where the evidence of the people doing farming and herding is found. There are other sites also, other than these. Many sites are also there which in which people were doing farming and herding. Now we will see towards a settled life. As I told you, with the change in occupation, the nature of the occupation was changed completely. Earlier, people used to be herder. Earlier, people used to be hunter and gatherer, and because of that occupation, people used to move from one place to another. But now people were becoming farmers and herders, and so they started a settled life. Okay, and people started to earlier people used to live in caves because they knew that after 4 to 5 months they have to leave this place. So they were neither they were knowing the art of making hut or houses, and nor there was need of making any kind of hut or houses because they were to live there only for some months. Then they have to leave that place. So people used to live in caves only. But now people started making huts or houses because when archaeologists have dug up the soil, they found the evidences of huts and houses. Okay, and in Burjaham, which is in Kashmir presently, in Burjaham, people built pit houses. Okay, which were dug into the ground. What kind of house was this? People used to dug into the ground, and then there were steps जमीन के अंदर. ओके, एक गड्ढा सा बना देते थे विच वर कॉल्ड पिट हाउसेस. एंड उस हाउस तक जाने के लिए स्टेप्स होता था. ठीक है, और ये pit houses, these pit houses provided shelter to people in cold weather. When there is too much cold outside, then these pit houses used to be very warm, and they provided protection against cold to the people. And archaeologists have also found cooking hearths both inside and outside the huts, which suggests that depending on the weather, people could cook food either indoors or outdoors. So there are evidences which are found by archaeologists that people used to make food inside the house or outside the house because depending on the weather, if the weather is suitable outside, then people cooked outside the house. But if the weather is not suitable, if extreme weather is there, very much cold is there, then people used to cook food inside the house. So it is very important. Pit houses are built by the people in Burjaham. Okay. Now we find some stone tools also there. These stone tools have been found from many sites, and many of these are different from the earlier Paleolithic tools. Okay, we have seen there were many tools in your previous chapter. A picture is given in which various types of tools are shown. So those tools are Paleolithic tools, and these tools are Neolithic tools. Paleolithic means old stone age tools, and these tools were used for the purpose of hunting, for the purpose of chopping the vegetables and fruits and other plant produce, for the purpose of separating the skin of the animal from its flesh. So these were Paleolithic tools, and uh, the tools which were found from these Neolithic sites are called Neolithic tools. These tools were polished to give a fine cutting edge. As the time is now, the people are in new stone age, so some changes came in the nature of tools also. We find that tools were polished, and these polished tools uh, gave a good cutting edge. They were good in uh, cutting because of this polish. Okay, so these polished tools gave a good cutting edge. Okay, and mortar and pestles were also used in order to grind the grains. In order to grind the grains, there was a need of mortar and pestle. And these mortars and pestles were also found by the archaeologists. And the use of mortar and pestle was to grind the grain and other plant produce. Many of you may have seen this mortar and pestle in your house or in um, some other in your village also. You may have seen these mortars and pestles, because even today we use this in many household. These are being used, and nowadays we use grinder and mixer to grind the anything. But just before, we can say that 20 to 30 years before, this mortar and pestle was a feature of every household. In every house, in every kitchen, we can find this mortar and pestles. But nowadays, because of advancement in technology, because of advancement in lifestyle, we are using um, electrical grinder and mixer grinder. But before that, this was the only tool which was available in all the household in order to grind the uh, anything, which whatever we want to grind. Especially spices were there, which used to be grind by these mortars and pestles. So many of you must have may have seen this in your house or in your village house. Okay, so we can see that these mortar and pestles were invented thousands of years ago, and we are still using it in our house. Still we find this mortar and pestle. Okay, so At the same time, tools of the Paleolithic times continued to be made and used. And remember, some tools were also made of bone. Don't think that this was only the time when tools were made only from stones. Tools were made from bones also. Okay, and it's not that it was the Neolithic period, so all the tools which were used to be made during the Paleolithic time were not in use. Both types of tools were in use. Some Paleolithic tools were also being used by the people, and some Neolithic tools were also used by the people. Okay, so this is you can see this picture. These are new stone tools. Okay, now we will see many kind of earthen pots have also been found. When the archaeologists have dug up the soil, they have found many earthen pots, and these earthen pots are some of them are decorated also. And what was the purpose of the earthen pots? I told you earlier na कि when people started farming, they started growing grains. These grains were grown in large quantity, and then people needed to store these grains. And in order to store the grains, what people do? People started making clay pots. So this is the earthen pot. We are talking about clay pots. Okay, and it may be used, most probably these earthen pots were used for storing things. Okay, people began using pots for cooking food. Now people were cooking the food because everything was now uh, in their proper place. Fire was invented. People were fire तो पहले Paleolithic period में ही आ गया था. But now people used to cook food in pots. Okay, like grains like rice, wheat, lentils, all these became an important part of the diet, just like today's life. Today our main food is what? We eat rice, lentil, and wheat flour. All these are the staple food. So all these started at that time only. In the Neolithic period, all this started. People cooked food, people cooked various grains like rice, wheat, lentils. Okay, and not only the eating habits change, but now people started weaving clothes also. Earlier, people used to wear leaves or bark of the trees were used as cloth, but now, then skin of the animals were also used as clothes in the Paleolithic period. But now people started weaving the clothes, and different kinds of materials were started by people, were used by people for the purpose of weaving. And cotton was also, there is evidences which prove that cotton was also started to be grown by people at this time. Okay, so all these changes were taking place in human life, but it's not that all these changes were taking place in a very regular manner. In all the parts of subcontinents, the nature of life was different. We can't say that everywhere these changes were taking place in a similar manner, and all these changes were taking place very slowly. It's not that at once all the changes came in the life of human. So every two things are there. The changes which were coming in the lives of human was were very slow. They were not the lives of human was not changing at once. अचानक से सब कुछ नहीं बदल जा रहा था, बट ये सब कुछ बहुत ही ग्रेजुअल हो रहा था, धीरे धीरे हो रहा था, पहली चीज. And the second important thing, that in all the regions of subcontinent, in all the regions of subcontinent, different type of life was existing at the same time. In some of the regions, we find that people were still hunter and gatherer, while in other parts, people started doing farming and herding. So every reason were different from each other. It's not that 12,000 from 10,000 years ago, in all the parts of the subcontinent people started farming. No, everything was happening in their own pace, at their own pace. ठीक है. कहीं अभी भी लोग हंटिंग एंड गैदरिंग ही कर रहे थे, तो कहीं लोगों ने फार्मिंग और हर्डिंग करनी स्टार्ट कर दी थी. ठीक है. और कहीं ऐसा भी हो रहा था कि एक ही साथ एक साथ ही जो लोग थे वो हंटिंग भी करते थे, गैदरिंग भी करते थे, फार्मिंग भी करते थे, हर्डिंग भी करते थे. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू सीजन, जैसे कि अगर गैदरिंग का सीजन होता है, सम फ्रूट्स राइप at a particular season only, तो in that season people used to be gatherer. और फिर फार्मिंग का भी सीजन होता है, तो जब according to the temperature and humidity, people used to do farming. So according to season, they change their occupation. Okay. So now we will know about customs and practices which people used to follow. Okay. In this we will say that we were not very much aware of the customs and practices of the people, because archaeologists are not able to find any mm, solid evidence regarding the customs and practices which were adopted by the people. There are many scholars who study the lives of present day farmers, those farmers who practice simple agriculture. What do you mean by simple agriculture? That type of agriculture in which people are not using any kind of technology. So, in this type of the farmers who are adopting simple agriculture at present time, their life is quite similar to the life of the farmer in Neolithic period. So the scholars are studying the present day farmers who practice simple agriculture. They are also studying the lives of herders. At present, there are herders also whose main occupation is to rear animals, and whatever animal products is there, their life depends on that only. So this type of farmers who practice simple agriculture, who are not using any kind of technology, who are not using any kind of fertilizer and pesticides, they are just dependent on the nature for farming. So this type of farmers, these simple farmers, are those farmers who are farming in the forest areas. It is the tribal people. It is the farmers are tribal farmers who are performing shifting agriculture. About this agriculture, you will know in the following chapters. So this is a type of what people used to do, that in a forest they burn a patch of land. A patch of land is selected by them, and then the trees and plants of that patch of land is burned by the people, and that land is cleared of the forest. And in this land, they started doing farming without using any modern technology. And at this patch of land, they will do farming for maximum 2 years, and then they leave this place because the fertility of the soil is decreased. Now they will leave this place so that the fertility will again regained by the soil. तो उस प्लेस को वो छोड़ के फिर दूसरी जगह चले जाते हैं, फिर वहां पर they do the same thing. They select a patch of land, then they burn the trees and the plants, and they start farming. So this type of farming is called shifting farming, and this farming is practiced by tribal people. Okay, in south, just this reason, the reason of the South Asia, the subcontinent of India, this type of practice is done by tribal farmers. Okay, and the people who are dependent on animals, the people who are rearing the animals for the purpose of livelihood, these peoples are also tribal people. Okay, so the scholars find that these tribals are still following those practices. These tribals are still following those customs which were followed by the people who belong to Neolithic period. So, by studying the practices and customs of present day tribal people, the scholars come to know about the practices and customs of the Neolithic period. Now, tribal ka meaning. What is the meaning of tribal? What is tribe? I will explain this in the next class. So, you do on your own this effort. What is tribe? Okay, I will explain you in the next class, because these tribal people are still living the life of primitive people. They are still living just like the people who used to live in Neolithic period. Okay, so who are these tribals? I will explain this in the next class.